Good morning, friends. Thank you for joining me. As you guys will hear throughout this video, there's some banging and stuff going on. It's very, very windy out here. Now, I'm one of the lucky ones where the impact is just a noise level. So I'd like to take a moment here to send out some really good, healing, loving vibes to all the folks that have been impacted by the weather over the last week or so. There's been so many things happening. I'll ask you to join me in this. Simply close your eyes, take in a deep breath, and visualize love going out with your breath. And we're just going to do 3 breaths. Thank you for joining me in that. And I pray that everybody who is watching this is okay and all is well. Let's get our reading started. We're going to start off with the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid. This card was on the top of the deck. I meditated, I shuffled, and once again, we have the Wizard of Awareness. So this one's a little bit lengthy, but it really has some really good information. It talks about mindfulness. So mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. And as hard as that is to do sometimes, especially over the last little bit, it's really important that we do. This also applies to the environment within you. So sometimes everything on the outside is going really well, but inside is where the turmoil is happening. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. So just as if you were possibly watching a friend or a coworker or someone else going through the same experience, how would you feel? How would you coach them through it? What words would you say to help them? You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinions or desires. Now, one of the things that we do have to realize is that people come and go. Experiences evolve from one state to another in a continuing and in a continual shifting and change, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. So the Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be. And watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. So sometimes if we just know and believe in our hearts that everything that is happening to us is for our higher good, it will actually show up for us like that. To follow up with the Wizard of Awareness, Cheryl Richardson's self-care cards, and to me it's almost like it knew what we had basically what the previous card was. So tenderness is our card for today, and tenderness says, speak gently to yourself. Cherish the child within. So this is a good day to take some time to connect with how you're feeling on the inside, making sure that the child within is being taken care of, knows it's loved, and maybe just playing sometimes really helps as well. From the Colette Baron-Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle, we have the Y card. Okay, that's better focus. So the essential meaning of this one is motives, driving intentions, the power of knowing the why. So what are the motives that are driving you to do the things that you do? The oracle message here is there's a great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be clear about why you're asking a question, looking for an answer, behaving in a way, and most important, making the choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you're clear about it, your intentions will then be a magnet for miracles. So knowing your why lets you decide which things you allow in, which things you don't, and that allows your miracles to come in even faster. Motives define the nature of your experiences. When you think about something, feel it and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So taking some time today and understanding your why is where you are going to be able to make some headway for sure. Now on the answer is simple by Sonia Choquette. We got two cards that actually wanted to come out, and I chose to use both of them because I believe that they are a good part of, they're just reiterating what we've already looked at. So the first one is take bite-sized steps. You must make changes in your life, some of which may feel too overwhelming. So if you're looking at making changes in your life, so that could feel overwhelming or intimidate to start. It's just the ploy, okay, to discourage your spirit to turn back to living in fear, and you don't want to do that. Meet the challenge of living your spirit head on, but approach it with a plan. Break your changes down into daily, doable, bite-sized tasks. So just like anybody who runs a marathon doesn't just make that decision and go out and run the marathon, they train, they start, maybe they only run 3 blocks to start. But over time, with consistent progress and doing, they will eventually reach their goal. And it's the same for us. Any goal that we want to do, we need to take small, bite-sized pieces. Do only 1 or 2 things a day to address your aspirations. If it's to become more physically active, for example, start your day 20 minutes earlier. Walk around the block. Do it again a second time in the opposite direction, and you're done for the day. So sometimes it's not spending hours and hours and hours, but just those few minutes to get your day started off on the right track. And then secondly, we got clear the fog. So life looks a bit foggy now, and the truth is being distorted. It's time to summon the pure heart of your spirit so that you're correctly informed. So those voices that we hear in our heads, those thoughts that go through, all the ones that say you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, those are the ones we need to ignore. The ones that say you can do it. You've got this. You're good at this. You're smart. You're intelligent. We need to pay attention to those. Those are the ones that are coming from our spirit and that have the ability to move us forward and get us to the vibrations and the things that we want. Stay aware and learn as much as you can. Listen closely, observe details, and be on guard for a tendency to interrupt things from an emotional point of view. Okay, so once again, asking us to be an observer, just sit back and watch and maybe look at it as if it was happening to a friend, a coworker. Okay, and then ask your spirit to be clear on what you want from those around you and say so with love. So as you understand that things are coming in, maybe folks are being disrespectful, with love in your heart, let them know how that impacts you. Express your clear heart without being overly emotional or vague. Allow your spirit to speak for you, breathing calmly as you do and expecting the best. The fog will lift and the pollution of the present will clear. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.